All good?
Okay.
All good? Oh, jeez. What did I didn't knock anything apart here. All right, it is 7 o'clock. I'd like to call to order a regular meeting of the Brookfield Inland Wetlands Commission. Today is Monday, February 9th, 2026. My name is Sharon Fox. I act as chair of the commission. To my right is Mr. Rob Scalera, who is an alternate. To my left, Mr. Tom Keller, who is the commission vice chairman. But to my far left is Ms. Liz Phillips, whom we welcome tonight. She is a regular member, and this is her first meeting, so we're very glad to have you. Further down is Ms. Elizabeth Adams, who is our recording secretary, so if you have an application tonight and you're going to speak, we're going to ask for your name and address. Please help her get that right. And then further down on my far right is Ms. Laura Barkowski, who is the Inland Wetlands Enforcement Officer for the town. So we will start with the Wetlands Officers Report. 100 Candlewood Lake Road, we are waiting for probably status on how those created and remediated wetlands are, probably from last fall.
I have nothing to report on that. So we can do a formal letter again. That's normally what drives a response.
They still don't have their, are they still operating under temporary CO, right?
Mm-hmm.
'Cause, yeah, you don't get the sign off.
I do not.
Well, no, that's not true. We got their
Baseline
plans. We got
report.
their plans
Mm-hmm.
or we got the response that what they did
Mm-hmm.
matched what the plans were. So, with that, I'm gonna ask Tom and Rob to weigh in. I don't think we would hold up you signing their permanent CO anymore, simply for a report.
Okay.
Okay, you guys okay with that? That makes sense. We were holding up the CO, her signing the permanent CO, because we didn't have any understanding of what was actually done over there.
They have
Now,
done all the work?
They have done the work and
been a while,
confirmed that what they did matched the plans that we approved. Now, they owe the commission an annual report as to whether those things are thriving or not. So, just to confirm, we're not holding up you signing their permanent CO once you get it. Because this is just a report stuff
Yep.
now, okay? Well, it'll be great to get that and see how that is going along. 58 Old Grays Bridge, that was you and property owner were gonna try and get together and see what happened out there.
Yep, I've reached out to him. I haven't heard back yet, but I'm thinking the odds aren't very good that he got it paved beforehand, so he might really have nothing to report. But I will follow up with him again.
Well, again, it's just a matter of, did he get the created wetlands in, right? Because we're still holding his escrow. I can't remember how, it was pretty substantial. I mean, probably not in the greater scheme of things, but it was a couple of $10,000, as I recall. And if we can get that under control, then we can release that. Well, no, we can't. We gotta have it going for 5 years, so forget what I said. All right, 500A Federal Road, Toll Brothers, we haven't had a big rainstorm.
No, but there was something of note to mention on the monitoring reports.
I noticed that.
Actually, did you see it?
I think I just saw it. I think I
Did
know what
you?
you're referring to.
A direct quote from the monitoring report says, "Big oil spill." I reached out to, and the fire marshal is also following up about what a big oil spill actually means. There was a talk between the fire marshal and the property owner. It said it wasn't a big oil spill. It was a truck that was leaking. We said we want some kind of documentation, either to kind of let us know the scope of the work. But the words "big oil spill" kind of, it's a little concerning.
Oh, you think so?
That kind of jumped out.
Yes.
Where is that then?
It,
I think it's on the second.
it's
The
actually on
second
the,
report? The
it's on the
1/7?
second page and the third or fourth page. It's right in the second page, bottom,
114?
right there, M1.
Oh, 17.
And then it continues, what's mentioned again on the fourth page, is it?
Oh, okay, well, thank you for calling that out then.
Fifth page.
Okay, thank you for calling that out. All right, on to enforcement, 35 Merwin Brook, that is with the attorneys. I wonder if we should set something up with Tom and find out what they're doing.
I just reached out to Tom on this one today.
Did you?
Actually, yes.
Okay.
So I expect to hear back from him.
You
so.
will, okay, well,
You
thank
knew
you.
what was gonna be asked of you.
Yeah, well, yeah. This will be easier for her. All right, 51 North Mountain, that's all good till June. Hopefully they'll get to us once spring occurs. 230 Wisconsin Road, Wisconsin Road, yes, waiting for the plantings in May, no action here. 171 Pocono, same thing, May 31st. Our favorite 8 Dunsinane.
There was surprisingly no date set on that. I did go through the record on that.
I don't think we did, yeah.
Even on that one. So
Okay.
I did follow up with that. So once the, I'm
Maybe
sure
once the
that-
snow.
Once the snow, yeah. I'm sure no work has been completed at this time since the
Okay.
last meeting.
I'm not too worried about that, frankly, about the date. I mean, if we have to, they've been pretty, once you reach out to them, they've been pretty good about getting back to you.
Sure.
Laura, were you aware there's a deed restriction on that property as far as tree cutting?
I'm sorry, what?
Were you aware there's a deed restriction on that property as far as tree cutting?
So I'm not responsible for enforcement of deed restrictions.
Okay.
So, but no, I was not aware.
Someone reached out to me and brought it to my attention.
It's a covenant?
Supposedly, yes.
There's a covenant on that property for tree?
Tree removal, yes. Any tree over a certain size is not supposed to be removed.
That is a little gap in the whole process, you know, these conservation easements and something like this covenant, they don't make their way from that office. They get recorded down there and there's no process for them to alert any zoning or wetlands.
But even if they did alert us, we can't enforce it anyway. That's actually would be a civil lawsuit, so I would suggest that they contact an
Well, that's also
attorney.
true, yeah. That's
So,
also true, yeah, if they
I couldn't
violate that,
deny
Yeah.
it,
yeah.
I
yeah.
figured I'd
interesting.
bring it up and
But it is very
Make
interesting.
mention.
I was not aware of that.
I didn't, are those common? That doesn't sound common.
I don't believe they are too common, but
I wonder what
I
the
believe
background
the,
is on
the
that.
person that developed that area originally put them on multiple properties,
Huh,
if I understood it correctly.
huh, how interesting, and thanks for pointing out that that would be civil. 31 obtuse, May 31st, nothing there. Apache,
Went out, he called me to tell me that the silt fencing was installed. I failed the inspection.
Okay.
It was not installed properly, it wasn't towed in correctly. It was down in some areas because of the snow. I told him to fix it and call me when he's done. So
Okay.
the violation is fixed, yeah.
okay. Did he, well, let's see, and then right, about 5 days later, we got 18 inches of snow.
And I
Dusting.
haven't heard from him, so my guess is he can't do anything right now.
My guess is he can't do anything right now. He can't fix that, so, I trust that he got our message that no activity till that's complete.
Well, there was no one there on the site when I went out to do the silt fence inspection, so,
Okay.
and it didn't look like any work besides from maybe a little bit of plowing on the driveway had occurred.
Okay, well, I think that we would allow,
Mhm.
because they gotta get in there to fix the silt fence. Okay, well, we'll keep our eye on, let's keep our eye on that one, because that shouldn't have happened. That shouldn't have happened, so let's keep our eye on that one. All right, anything else for us on enforcement, Laura?
Not at this time.
Okay. Guys, anything from you? All right, we do not have any public hearings, continued or otherwise. Old business, 142 North Lake Shore, someone here for that? Any changes? Okay, just Garrett. Yeah. Thank you. Bag. Oh, here, so that I don't fall over. Okay, I don't remember any homework for you, Garrett, and I don't remember that we were gonna do anything. There wasn't any, we just had to wait till after the snowstorm, right? All right, so I think this is the map. one also says January 8th. This one?
But this doesn't actually show the leach field on the plan.
Oh, go ahead. Here, we were looking at.
Paper.
I'm messing up your file.
That's okay. No, I don't fix it. That wouldn't be the first time it got messed up. Oh, thanks for finding a good one. Okay. All right, so this was for the septic, the patio, and the oil tank coming up. Yeah.
This is where the tank is up in the front.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have anything. Tom, I know Liz, you were not here. Anything else?
Yeah, but the oil tank,
I don't know why
was
did we
there, right?
continue it?
No, we thought we were doing soil testing.
Well,
Right.
we continued it because.
That's what I meant by no one knew it
if
was
it had just
there.
been the septic tank, we probably would have approved it.
Not
Probably would have
totally sure.
approved it, but
Patio.
there's other things. So it's, we don't wanna
Correct.
break all the rules, right? I'm good with the septic tank, but everything else, and Garrett said they're not doing the work for a period of time, so that's why we continued it. So we followed the state guidelines. Okay. Anybody, you guys wanna make a motion?
I'll make a motion to accept W-26-1, 142, North Lake Shore, for septic, patio, and oil tank removal with all the usual stipulations, pursuant to the plan from CCA dated 12/17/2025,
All the usual stipulations. I think
with all the
that's it.
usual stipulations, once again.
Rob, you want a second?
Second.
No, Rob seconds. Any discussion on the motion? Okay, so you can vote if you wish, you can vote.
But I can abstain
But
as
you can
well.
also abstain.
I'll abstain.
Okay. All right then, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed?
Abstain.
Liz abstains, motion carries 3-0-1. All right, you're all set. Okay. Yep, thanks Garrett.
Have a great night.
Yeah, stay warm. Okey-doke. All right, next we have 60 High Meadow. Again, we'll get your names and addresses over to Elizabeth, please. Okay, so did you guys make my day?
Hopefully.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Hey, jeez, I got this cable, and
That is a massive cable over
it
there.
is a monster, and you can't help.
It looks like a garden hose.
It does, and you can't help but roll over it, which I'm sure is not good for its long-term. Oh, wow. Is that these things?
Yeah, this was,
Yeah, sorry, we missed it with all the
The
snow.
address on there?
What's
does
that?
this have the address?
Yeah, is it High Meadow Road or Lane?
Great question. We can't figure out what the correct one is because it's both on the town. It's gonna be road. It's road. We had a conversation with Laura about this earlier as well, and we have both seen both everywhere.
Yeah. Guys, let's use this one, because this is the one that we're gonna approve for you, okay? So I know you
Sure.
were
It's
kind
this
enough
one that was
to,
submitted online.
This is the
submitted
one-
today.
oh, today,
Submitted over the weekend. This is over the weekend. Yep. No,
received
that's January.
January 12th?
Yep.
This
So
one?
We're in February.
We haven't updated.
So you're gonna
plans
update
yet.
it?
Yes.
And you're gonna give me a new one today?
Yes. Yep.
That's awesome.
If we wanted to, just to kind of. paint
This is the one you're
picture-
gonna give me.
Yeah, I'll get this and all of it together.
Ready?
Mhm.
Okay.
So to paint the picture, last time we were here, we chatted about just general site constraints as well as curbing ideas.
Yep,
Since then, we did do a site visit with Laura.
okay.
We took her through the site and just showed her generally what limited area we're working with.
Okay.
We're hoping this map kind of conveys that. So as we can see right here, this is again the blocks, and I have another copy if you guys want. Oh, you have a small one?
I got my
Okay.
smaller one,
yeah.
yeah. I'm just glancing over to see what you're referring to, and
Would you
then,
like- no? Okay. So yeah, we
For
have,
two.
This is the fallen down.
yes, this is the fallen down view
Yep.
of it. We've also got a few other examples. Up on the High Meadow Road up here,
Yeah.
we also have 2 stormwater basins. We did a general drainage review, so I know that was a concern.
But we want to understand it, right?
Yes.
Right.
So we have our up gradient, our slope here, we're coming down.
Yep,
Right here, we have like a depression that starts here into a larger wetland offstream.
okay.
So we overcross the road, go into this depression. At the same time, again, we have these 2 stormwater basins that do collect here.
Okay.
So most drainage would go into these basins, but there is some that will come down the road.
Yeah, you guys, he did a calculation here for us, right? Or,
Yes, so we just wanted to show you
Yeah,
visually this is
right.
what's happening on
Yep,
site.
yep, yep.
There's also an outfall here of these stormwater basins that discharges into the swale
yep,
and flows down.
yep.
We also just wanted to give another, just another view of, again, the constraints we're working with. We
Okay.
have the roadway here,
Yeah.
edge of road, this is the guardrail we have, and really we've only got like 6 feet, 7 feet between the guardrail and the water course.
Yep.
So in doing that analysis and doing the site visit with Laura, we did see that we had proposed some silt fencing between the water course and the proposed work area.
Okay, is that
If
on
we-
this other map here?
If- well-
Thanks for the pictures, they're great.
Sure. If we were to do the silt fencing, the trench of the silt fence would inadvertently cause an impact to the water course.
Okay.
So we took away that idea, and instead of doing that, we are now proposing to, and it's on these plans,
Okay.
to put hay bale across the water course.
Can you make it straw, because sometimes hay has weeds
Straw, yeah,
in
it
it.
is.
Yeah,
Sorry,
straw.
straw. Yep,
Yeah.
It's called out as straw.
straw across the width of the water course.
Okay.
It would be in place throughout the entirety of construction, and again, it's to reduce any impact that a silt fence would have had, but
Okay.
also stop migration.
Okay, and the straw is documented someplace?
Yes.
Well, this is hay, so let's make this
Yes.
straw. Well, let's make this is the one you want us to approve, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's make this straw.
straw's less
Yeah.
expensive too.
Yeah, but it
And
rarely has
we only ever
weeds.
use straw, that's in our internal protocols, so that should accept straw.
Okay. So straw, so just drop your initials in there, please.
So I'm okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep, yep, yep.
The other larger change of the plan set is, when we had originally done these drawings,
Yep,
we had a break in our wall that was misleading. The initial pre-storm wall is this full length. This
Okay.
is existing conditions.
yep.
The break that we saw was incorrectly labeled. That's the fallout. That's the failure. So now we're showing where those blocks are within the water course.
Oh, that's pretty
So
interesting,
it's
isn't it? Did
actually-
you see those?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right, thank you.
So the previous drawing was a little misleading. It looked like this was the existing wall.
Okay.
And this was our proposed new wall, and it looked like we were greatly expanding the footprint. I know
Yeah,
there'd been a
right,
question about that.
That's where we were going, wait, right?
And when we
Okay.
went back to the plans, we saw that this block was still called out on the existing plans, but it wasn't clear what we were looking at, so we made
Okay.
that much more clear. We are,
Oh, good, that
we
was
are
a good,
maintaining
good
the
conversation
size.
then, right?
Yeah.
Right,
Okay.
it was good to see it.
Yep.
So this is a replacement in kind, and now our drawings actually reflect that.
Okay, so this is the existing, this is the washout, so when Laura comes out to inspect this, when it's all done, you want her to look at this one first, okay? Okay, and you weren't able to figure out a way to get that even a little bit away from this water course, right?
To do so, they would be doing some massive tree work. I think
Okay.
they'd be disturbing the site more if they tried to move the road at all.
Okay.
And the other note on that is actually the closest point to the water course, oh yes, the closest point to our high water line is actually, it would be, like, if we remove a few inches, it's actually more in here, based on where the sloping and the edging is. We determined that we'd have to take out probably 2 blocks to make a substantial, get us more distance there, and that just wasn't feasible with the design.
No, and for the safety of the roadway.
just because of the sloping that you have, the
Okay,
grade
now this looks a
difference.
little different. What is this picking? This looks a little different.
This is a modification, I
Okay.
believe, to the silt fencing.
Okay.
When we changed the erosion control plans there, we removed the silt fencing that we put in here, so this is now, yes, can you explain that?
Yeah, so that'll be a soil erosion sediment, that's.
This thing, this says modified riprap. What are, I know you're looking up, oh, this says this is a control blanket here,
Yeah,
right?
that's not a change, they might have just made it darker when we asked them to darken some of the elements. The modified riprap is part of the entire wall. Riprap outlet protection.
I don't, what water is this trying to collect, do you know?
So that was from the whipping drain. That's the darker.
I know, but it
line.
comes, why does it come up on here that far? Why doesn't it just start there? I don't get it. Why does it come up here?
This right side up.
Yeah, no, feel free, turn it around. Why does it come up, why does it come up closer to the road? Do you know why? Are they having to dig that out? Is there a construction sequence? Does it talk about that little thing someplace?
I'm not,
I think,
Isn't this fun?
it was,
I'm having fun.
so, there was an idea to curb the road.
Well, curb or regrade it or something like that, right?
Because that's not the intent of the project, it's meant to be a urgent in-kind replacement.
Okay.
We instead are proposing to do a minor but natural berm, vegetated berm.
Oh, okay.
So,
Be nice if you get milkweed to grow in there.
well,
Yeah, that'd be nice.
There you
Get
go.
it to grow in there.
so we have this berm here, and what this is intending to do
That's
is
gonna
to
pick up,
catch
that's gonna pick up the
anything
sheet flow.
from the berm
Okay.
down into a living construction region.
So we are actually pouring into the water course a little bit more water than what was just the groundwater behind your wall.
Instead of berm.
So that is a change.
And again, it is an inland water course, it's not perennial.
Doesn't matter.
Yes.
It doesn't matter to us. They're the same. I mean, there's a difference, but the protections are the same. The interest level is the same. So where's this catch basin? So how much water is gonna flow into this berm? Is that calculation here?
We did not do that, like,
Because that gets us back to the original question. We were just worried about, this sizing, and we're just worried about scouring, so. We should have a calculation that says, in like a 1-inch rainfall, from wherever your catch basin's catching it, however much water here is going to get, and is this a raised berm? I'm not sure what this curlicue stuff does.
That is just showing the native plantings that would be on top of it. And then these are the topo lines.
So these
of
are the
berm, so
topos?
Yeah, it would be raised.
Trying to see how this
Instead of
would.
changing grading of the road or recurbing, the intention was to raise this up a little bit to prevent that sheet flow from coming straight across.
Okay, so you're going to have there's a terrace here, there's like another little terrace down, it's terrace up, and then it's terrace down, and then down, and then down. Is that what I'm getting here?
right, so water would, instead of flowing over,
It goes down this way, and that's why this is here. I don't know, you were out there, do you have any other thoughts?
It's a tricky site.
It is.
It is a very tricky site. I can't think of a better solution personally. And granted, I'm not an engineer.
Yeah.
But I am concerned about the condition of the road and getting that retaining wall back
Oh,
into place.
yeah, no, I definitely wanna do that, I said, but we
Yeah.
gotta do that and make sure we don't start pouring water into this little point discharge here.
The whole entire way that the site is graded, I don't think it's going to bottleneck into a particular location. I don't know exactly what you're pointing out right there.
Oh, they changed it a little bit. They said the little, so you've got, it's really steep, right? Where'd those great pictures go? That was terrific pictures that you had. That's, I mean, it's, I mean, we're, I don't think we could see the road here. So here, oh, here's this one I'm looking for. Here's the road. So this is where the snowfall is.
Is this area here? Is this viewed out area here? This is looking across the other side of the road, yeah.
Oh, okay, so this is the one, this is where your wall, here, I mean, so you've got, in your new wall, you're gonna be able to create, you're gonna backfill this. This gets backfilled, right? Because your wall is now going to be closer to the water course than your old wall.
It's the same distance, we're not moving it any
It just
closer or
sure doesn't look
longer.
like a lot of room here between the top of this thing and your road. It doesn't look like a lot of space.
You see, you'll see a little bit, it's quite tight.
Okay. Yeah, it is quite tight.
Here as well.
Yeah, there's not, yeah, like I said, so here you're showing there's a lot of, you're showing this is your road, right? And here's your scale. So you are showing 3 feet?
This is calling out 5 feet at
5
this
feet,
point from the
yeah,
guardrail
5,
to the first.
yeah, so that's just, it almost looks like, that didn't look like 5 feet on your picture between, I'm just saying, it didn't look like 5 feet from that picture. It looked like 5 feet. Where'd it go? Yeah, that sure doesn't look like 5 feet, or that doesn't look like, you know,
Is it 5 to the outside edge of the retaining wall?
I don't know, maybe it is. Is it 3.5 feet, maybe it is, okay. All right, well, that's my only question is, you know, do we know that this, the amount of water that's gonna flow here?
What we could do, if it would be acceptable, we could make a condition of the permit that we would have our engineers who do that calculation.
We can't do that. We can't do, you know. For one reason, if it came out and it doesn't work, then everybody's screwed, right? That's the only question I have, is how do we know that's, you know, that's sized correctly? This drops down, right, from 427 to 424, so this drops down 3 feet over, what is this, 60 feet? So this drops down 3 feet over 60 feet. The only other thing that could make me happy is maybe we just keep the milkweed up in here. If you got 5 feet, is there any way to make like a depression in here, like a little bit of a holding area?
It could impact the stabilization of the wall by cutting into the side of the wall.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
and would it be, if it's something that's just being absorbed by the groundwater, it's gonna end up in that looking drain anyway.
It's gonna
Yeah,
wash out the
Slow
road.
Only
it
just
down, but
slower.
it's,
Only
yeah, you're
just-
just gonna have erosion in between the wall and the road, which is,
Is that road washed out already?
the driveway, the
The-
washout is coming basically up to the guardrail at this point, in the areas where the blocks have been.
Yeah, so is blacktop already eroded?
The blacktop is not yet eroded,
So where there's a guardrail there, right?
yeah.
And where the guardrail's attached to some sort of pylons, so the erosion hasn't gone as far as those pylons?
The best picture for it is gonna be,
I was gonna say, it looks like
This one where
it
you
might be
can see
undercutting the
it's-
road a little bit at this point.
here as well.
It looks like
The
you can see
pylons
them.
are exposed, yeah.
So are you gonna fill those in, or just with the
Yes.
natural
Yeah.
stuff? You're gonna fill it in with, what are you gonna fill it in with?
They.
I mean,
I think that there would gonna
So
have.
dirt.
Yeah.
And what was there before? Before it was washed out, was it just dirt?
It was the dirt backfill of the existing.
Okay, so those didn't go through the blacktop? Or they, do you know if those,
I'm not sure what you're asking.
the pylons
Mhm.
that go through, that the guardrail sits on,
Mhm.
do they go through the blacktop?
I don't know, that's my only question. That's the only question
I
I
think it's
have.
on the outside edge of it.
It's on the
too.
outside.
Just,
Yeah.
It's just,
We have a, you can kind of see the tip of the blacktop here and the
Oh,
pylons
okay.
are.
So it's just beyond the blacktop?
Yeah.
I mean, I did go on a snowy day, but that's my understanding.
is the fill that you're gonna put in the plan? The fill that you need to put in there?
Yep, it's in the
Okay.
cross section of the wall itself.
So Sharon, you want to calc for 1-inch rain with that?
that's the only question, that's
Proposal.
the only question I have, is how do we know, I said, because that's been one of my concerns from the beginning, right, is we're taking however much water, and the last time we were here, it was just, just the groundwater from behind the wall was going there, which didn't seem like anything. And now we're bringing something off the road, down a grade here.
And last time we also hadn't identified that there were 2 existing catch basins in the road too, so those will mitigate some of.
Well, they will, but I'm still left
Yeah.
with X,
Yeah, of
right? I'm
course.
still left with an unknown as to how do I know that's, how do we know that's sized correctly, and I'm not gonna end up with scour? That's what I don't know, and I don't have a calculation that shows me that this is okay. That's what if I have a calculation that shows me that we're okay, I'm okay. But I don't have that. And I'm sorry to hold you up, but this is a change,
Mhm.
And, yeah, so it's a change. That's what I don't have. If someone can do a calculation to say, this is sized correctly.
Yeah, we'll have them update the calculation with
For
the addition
whatever
of this
from-
berm.
Yeah,
We
for-
have the calculation from before this berm was proposed.
Right.
And we'll have them update it
Yep.
to see how that changes the flow.
Yeah, because you're not doing this, I know you want to get this work done, but it's snowy and
We're after
miserable out.
2 feet of snow. so-
Yeah, so you're not, I'm sorry, I don't feel like I'm holding you up. I know you want to be done, I get that. But that's what I need from, somebody can do a calculation from from wherever your catch basin is, or your storm drain, because that's going to catch the water there.
Mhm.
Wherever that goes, I suppose it
It
goes into the
this
water
out-
course
yes, goes
someplace.
out.
So there's
So
that. But from that catch basin, from what's coming down, just grab that right
Sorry.
here, from what's coming down on the road, that's not gonna overwhelm this, and I'm gonna end up with scour, or your riprap is gonna be scoured, and the riprap's the right size, right? 18-inch depth, there's the size of the riprap, that's what I need. And if we have that, and it might be too shady in there for milkweed.
It gets pretty decent sun,
Oh,
but
awesome.
we're planning to evaluate that in the spring and see if there's a species that'll do well for.
Okay, if it's not milkweed, let's change this to say some kind of native planting.
Sure.
So, because if you decide that milkweed isn't it, I don't want you to have to
Sure.
come back, okay? Some kind of native, milkweed, awesome.
Native planting.
Yeah, native seed mix or something, native
Mhm.
planting,
Of course.
right? Seed mix. Milkweed? Okay, that way I give you some flexibility on that, all right?
Mhm.
All right, so if you get that calculation for us, I think we're gonna be all right. I mean, I appreciate more you going out there, it's unfortunate the road is so close to that water course that there isn't so much room to,
I mean, we'd be doing some substantial tree work to move it even a couple feet over.
Yeah.
That was the one thing that wasn't really quite being, captured on the plans.
right, and I went through the construction sequence, and I appreciate your little note, no work in wetlands.
Yeah, we
So
made that.
Yep, so I
That's good
appreciate
to put
that.
in there.
We got straw. I think if we get this, and your engineer says that that's going to work, we're good, okay?
Okay.
All right,
Okay, and the building of that berm that is a preferable solution to you than to having nothing. I will keep that in, just recalculate on that, rather than.
keep talking, I'm
Or
not
do
getting
you-
your question.
Do you want me to run, because this vegetated berm was added as an
Yeah,
alternative to
yeah.
the curbing? Do
Yeah.
you want me to have them run a comparison of two different alternatives, and we can discuss it at the next meeting?
You
Because
mean
this isn't a feature that is necessary for the wall, so if you aren't
So-
happy with the outcome of that calculation, I don't want us to then have to go back to the drawing board.
I need your engineer to
Mhm.
tell me that if you have this,
Mhm.
or you have something else, that the amount of water that comes here is not gonna create this is sized correctly to prevent scour.
Okay.
That's what I need your engineer to tell you, so you can tell me.
Okay.
'Cause I'm not the engineer.
Mhm.
He is or she. And if they say that's sized correctly, because I know the amount of water that's gonna come, like we get 4 inches of rain here,
Mhm.
it seems, in 24-hour periods, so that's what I would like to see, you know, like a worst case. As I said, you're on this water course. And he says it's good, that's what, and he's got his PE on it, we're good.
I think
Okay.
the question might be if, you know, if they want, hopefully they say yes, but
Yeah.
if they say no,
Okay.
the idea would be, do you want also a calculation if this room is not here? Because again, this is just a alternative to the curbing, which isn't in the scopes of the project.
I don't have a preference. I don't have a
Well-
preference on that.
Well,
I
if he
don't-
does,
Would you-
if he does both, we can see the improvement that that berm creates.
Right.
Well, that's
Right.
true.
So you might be
Yeah,
better
that's
off
true,
doing
that's
both, so
true.
you can compare them.
Right, but if it weren't to work, the remaining alternative is to allow the sheet flow to go over, which we would also do a calculation
Right.
saying that that would not cause,
Correct,
so.
right.
Okay. We'll
Yeah.
come with-
I said, I'm
with
sorry to put you
options.
through all this, I said, but you're right on this water course
Yeah.
and you're putting water
Absolutely.
right into that water course.
Yep,
And you
totally
can see other
understand.
places, there's usually, you know, there's a depression or a detention basin or something. But that's why I'm very interested.
Absolutely.
right?
No problem.
All right, thanks.
Now I'm just gonna try to put this back in order.
And this is the one I'm keeping, right?
Yes. You stamped that one, but I don't know.
Yeah, no, we'll put this all together here. How does this fold? This is folded. This was not folded, you had this one rolled,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I had one rolled and one folded.
Okay. All right.
Would you like one all folded and I can?
No, the eventual's gotta get.
Thank you very much.
All right, thanks, everybody.
I'm like, I didn't remember seeing that.
Want me to pull that up for you?
I would be very grateful. Agenda here. All right, I'll make a motion then to continue 60 High Meadow Road to our next regularly scheduled meeting.
Second.
Any discussion on the motion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimous. Okay, 69 Wiscaneer Road. So names and addresses over to Elizabeth, please. 69 Wiscaneer.
I'm sorry? Would you mind spelling it? I'm sorry.
I don't know how.
Thank you.
Look at that.
And your name?
Helio, Helio.
See, there's an art form.
And your addresses?
Okay, where did we leave this one?
It wasn't.
Okay, where we left this, we didn't talk about this one because you guys asked to come on the 12th, and then, of course, we got snowed out. So let's take a look at your application. And then we'll take a look at the bright plan, and then you guys tell us what this is all about, okay? So let's find this application here.
69 Wisconsin.
This one's been superseded, so let's find the updated one. That's been superseded.
We've gone through a few different copies of
And
this
that
one.
one's been, I don't know what's superseded. I have a whole bunch of these. I'm looking. The last plan I have is to say, is December 2nd. Okay, so we don't have applicant. So this is something about move a shed from the current location to a new location. Size of the shed is 9 by 18. Front porch is going to have one step, which is going to be hand dug. Size of the porch is. That sound familiar?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okey doke. So, total acreage on the property is about an acre. Disturbed wetland area, 324 because it's being moved.
Yeah, we put a shed right there. The shed was built like 9 feet off the neighbor's property.
Okay.
So let's say you guys have to move, it's gonna be 30 feet away from the neighbor, right?
That's a zoning thing, so
Yeah, so that's what it-
that, you'd have to get their answer on.
Yeah, that's what they
I can
told
tell
us.
you, but it's no, my answer's not good enough.
Yeah, but that's what their zoning told us to
Okay.
do, so you
All right.
gotta move the shed, from 9 feet off the neighbor property to 30 feet. So we
Okay.
gotta do this, we gotta rent a crane, just move it over.
Okay,
Just gotta make sure if we just put it on the Senators or, cause this is building on the Senators right now, there's 4 Senators. And, it's just running over the Senators.
so this whole area in the back is, according to the GIS map, is wetlands. Okay. All right, so, while you're here, let's fill this application out. It's still missing your name. You're the applicant, right? A- Okay, so that's the subdivision name, so you put your name in by the subdivision, right? So do us a favor here, that can be okay, just drop your name here. Okay. And your home address is that the 69? Just, yeah, so let's just keep it, yeah.
The foundation. He said there was 4 pylons.
So let me find that map in this pile, okay?
Look at there. Let's keep it.
This is this?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so you're moving the shed, and you said you're gonna put it on sonic tubes, or you're gonna do any excavation, or?
Because
No.
before,
Yeah, so that's what it is right now.
Yeah.
It's right there.
Yeah.
So it's just 4 Senators, one on each corner.
Okay.
Then we basically gotta do the same thing over 30 feet, we just move it over 30 feet, but we're basically doing the same thing. We dig it, 4 Senators, and we put it up. We just sit it up. We just gotta use grain to move over.
Okay. Well, this says you're using a hydraulic jack to lift it up, not a crane.
So, okay.
You wanna use a crane?
Fala que eu coloquei aqui, se fosse pra mover.
It's off
Or
the
jack.
ground.
Tentando de colocar, mover ela com...
Yeah, he's saying that he's gonna try to, he's gonna do it with the hydraulic jack to do it,
So we'll jack it up and then skid it over?
Correct.
Okay, all right. Because that makes a difference, whether
Yes.
you're doing a jack or
Mhm.
whether you're doing a crane for 2 reasons. First, if your neighbors see a crane in the area, usually they call the land use office and say, what's going on? And then that creates a little bit of an issue. But if you're using a crane and for some reason, if it's in the approved application, then Laura can just say, oh, well, we know about that, that's okay.
Yeah.
So that's important, right, that we get that straight. It's also important, I wasn't not excited about a crane, because if this is wetlands, a crane in wetlands is not a very exciting idea, okay?
This isn't better for us, you know, we just use it.
Fala pra ela, que se fosse mover só para um lado, só no 30 pé, aí eu ia mover do jeito que tá aí. Só com o jack.
All right, so it's a jack, no crane.
Yeah, no crane.
And now, all right, so we have this one thing, if I said, we already have a shed in the wetlands and we're gonna move it into the wetlands again. All right, so that's one thing to think about. Now, what's going on with this front porch or a step, or tell me about that.
Yeah, the front porch. Okay, this is what he's doing. He's just gonna.
Just head right there.
Okay, you gotta do it on this map. That's good for you guys.
Mhm.
I gotta see it on a map. So let's have the conversation about this map.
Okay.
About this map,
Ok.
about this map.
Okay.
Not that map, this one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's right here. What are we gonna put the front porch? Just add
So
another
you're
foundation.
excavating,
It was
gonna-
actually done by hand.
They said they were
all
gonna do
right,
that
so you're
by
gonna
hand.
excavate, dig by hand, and you're gonna put cement in.
Correct.
Okay. All right, so that's, if this is all indeed wetlands, that's 75 feet from the wetlands. Looks like your home is all in wetlands, so that's why you need permission there. All right, that's gonna be not a problem. I'm gonna think if I said this.
Porque fala pra ela, se eu colocar aqui eu não posso, porque aqui não tem 30 pé, igual o Elisone falou. Ele falou assim, podia botar aqui, mas não podia aqui por causa que não tá 30 pé do veneno.
É, esse aí ela já falou.
Essa não fala o chefe, ele falou que podia botar aqui. Aonde? Ele disse pra ela, não podia por causa que não tem 30 pé.
Okay, can we just go back to what's the foundation you are proposing for the new shed? Is it gonna go back on sonic tubes or gravel, or what's the
It's
plan?
just sonic tubes.
Essa foundation.
For the new one, for the new shed?
Fala que no próximo.
Não. Ela quer saber desse aqui. Deixa pro front porch.
No, for the shed.
Oh, for the
The front
shed.
porch,
Okay, yeah.
that's simple, guys, that's no problem at all.
Fala pra ela que ela requerir que for melhor pro wetland, eu vou colocar.
So yeah, he's trying to find out which one is the best way to go for the wetlands. Is that fine if we just put a cemetery? So he recommended, you know.
What's there now? Is it all grass?
Yeah, it's all grass. You know. This
Looks
whole
like
land is
gravel.
all grass and everything's nice and clean. You know.
It looks like there's gravel underneath the shed.
Yeah, underneath the shed is gravel.
Is that the
Okay.
shed?
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. There's gravel underneath it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's gravel under that shed?
It's like, you can see it's all gravel.
Yeah, it's gravel on
Ground.
it, and then it's just on the side is grass. You know, where we're gonna put it now, everything's grass. But it's like
Okay,
that.
so.
How long was
you-
the existing shed there?
No, maybe 8 months.
So the shed is a new shed.
Yeah. Who's built it in there?
Okay, so I have to tell you, the installation of that shed 8 months ago did require a permit,
Yeah, that's
which
something that
we
he
didn't
know.
do.
Fala com ela que quando eu tava mexendo lá no bench, falou que abaixo de 200 square feet não precisava. Isso que eu ia explicar.
Yeah, they told him that, you know, below 200 square feet, he don't. not
From a
required
zoning,
a permit.
but not from wetlands. It's two different, there's two different sets of regulations, there's zoning regulations.
Mas fala pra ela que quando eu comprei a casa, ele nunca tinha visto isso aqui dentro, nem sabia.
Thanks for finding that picture.
Yeah, one thing, when he bought the house, he didn't even know this was.
I
wetlands.
understand that.
You know, eu só fiquei sabendo quando precisou do permit chegar e achar isso.
They only tell him when they needed a permit, you know, for the shed. So that's the only time that he find out
Okay.
the whole thing was wetlands.
Okay. Well, and I have to tell you, it may or may not be. These maps are directionally correct, but they're not precise. The only way to know
See where we're going here.
precisely if there's wetlands
See where we're going.
is to have a licensed Connecticut soil scientist come out for an hour or so and dig some holes and take a look at the soils and determine whether the soils are wetland soils. You probably do have some wetland soils in the area, but these are not precise.
Fala pra ele que os próprios caras da prefeitura veio pra me mostrar a localização dele, pra me colocar um novo certo. Ele falou que o melhor lugar do terreno era aqui, essa parte. Aí foi muito bom.
Yeah, when the town came telling me what to put septic,
Yeah.
they told me the only good spot was this area, everything else was wetlands. They came to check the soil and they told me to put it over here, the septic, because this was wetland. We don't really put it there.
Huh. I wonder, well, they may have relied on this map.
Yeah, I don't get it. Why did they
Or,
do
I don't
this?
know, did they do perk tests in here?
Fez aqui, e aqui na frente.
Yeah, they did it over here.
They did perk tests?
Yeah.
There were perk tests for the septic
Yeah.
in this area?
Say they did it over here and right here in the front.
Okay, so this probably is wetland soils then, if they had perk tests. And
I didn't see the B100 on this.
Yeah, this area, I was there when it was raining, and this is like a river.
And you bought the shed? He bought the
He
shed?
bought the shed. I helped him put it in, I helped him build it. Yeah.
All right, so we have a shed. You didn't know that you needed apparently a zoning permit and a wetlands permit.
Correct.
Right.
And now you've got a shed that you bought and it's in wetlands and you want to move it to another spot in wetlands. So it's very possible that if you had come to get that shed installed the first time, we might not have approved it. We don't approve putting sheds in wetlands.
One thing that get me curious, why did the house was built in the wetlands?
How old is the house? When was the house built?
Quando
45 anos.
oh, quando foi? 80?
Let me help you. Wetlands,
76, I think.
yeah, that's right before wetlands.
Yeah.
Yeah, wetlands is in the early 80s. So there are a lot of houses in Brookfield, a lot of houses in Connecticut that are built in wetlands, a lot of them. But anything after that, it's going to be rare. Let me say that, it's going to be rare. So yeah, there are a lot of, and I don't mind telling you, a lot of houses have problems. They get water in the basement.
Right.
They have septics that fail. So they're paying a price for building in wetlands. But that's neither here nor there. So the house is there. We can't do anything about the house. But I'm going to think about, you got a shed it got installed in wetlands and you want to move it to another spot in wetlands. I'm not very excited about that at this moment. Okay.
Aí fala com ela que ele falou assim, podia construir aqui, mas só não pode por causa da distância.
Yeah, so because that's one of the guys, the zoning guy told us they may can put it over here, the shed over here, but you know we can't do it because it's too close to the neighbor. It's gonna be on the wrong spot anyway. So this is not considered as wetlands, but it's too close to the neighbor. So there's no way to put it in
E
there.
aqui tá cheio de água.
The other
And
thing
over
that,
here there's trees. Over here there's a lot of trees over here.
okay,
You know.
that may be. That may be. I understand the hardship here. But the other thing that can be done, can't be done right away, is we can understand whether there's, where the wetlands are on this property precisely. You said they've done some perk tests in this area.
Yes.
And they ended up with mottled soils, or they didn't get the drainage that they want. So there's good reason to think that there is some wetland soil. Maybe you can get lucky. Maybe it's not this entire purple swath. Maybe the wetlands are here and maybe it isn't over there,
Yeah.
or vice versa.
Yeah, for me it seems like it's on this area. When you're there, you can see it, but not over here in the house. It seems pretty dry.
Okay.
So the two best scenarios would be relocating the shed outside the wetlands or having a
Correct.
soil scientist come in and see if they can find a place in
Right.
that area
Right,
that's not considered wetland soils.
right.
So how will you get this guy over there? Do you have to send someone, or you guys send?
You do. You do, and you do a search on the web for a Connecticut licensed soil scientist. These guys that run their own businesses, and so they're their own consultants. And you reach out to them. Tell them you've got a piece of property, you've got a wetlands application, and you need to delineate where the wetlands are on this property. And you get a contract with them, and then they come out. And for something small like this, I mean, I can't tell you what they will do, but in other properties similar to this, they will look at the property and they will dig a few holes, and then they will analyze the soil types they find in these holes. They'll dig down foot and a half, 2 feet. And in Connecticut, they will see the different kinds of soils, and if they have wetland soils, they will mark that as wetlands.
Aí já fala bem da frente. Posso continuar com a frente? Como é que tá?
Ok, aí você entendeu esse negócio do Wetlands ou não? Vai ter que contratar esse cara pra vir.
Right.
Então, o cientista pra vir lá e fazer um teste. Não deve ser muito caro, senão deve ser. Okay. All right.
I'm sorry it's come to this. I'm not happy. I take no pleasure, let me say that. I take no pleasure in saying we got a problem here. I take no pleasure in that, because the guys, you've already you put money into the shed, I get that.
Yeah,
But
this
it's his
is first
wetlands.
house, you just bought the house.
I
so
get
happy
it, I get it, and I'm sympathetic.
Into this problem.
And I'm sympathetic to your situation. I am. I'm not trying to be a nuisance about it, but these are wetland soils, and the state of Connecticut has rules. And we're here to analyze the rules and assess the rules. And you've got a shed in wetlands, and that's a problem. Okay? That's a problem. So, like I said, as Tom said, you've got 2 choices. You can find another spot where that shed can go, where it's out of the purple.
Okay.
Okay? Or when the weather changes, because you can't do anything now. When the weather changes and the snow goes away and he can dig, and you get a contract with a Connecticut wetland soil scientist, a licensed Connecticut wetland soil scientist, he may find that this purple is not, the wetlands are not all here. Maybe there's some dry spots, and that would give you some other options to put that shed.
Mas deixa eu falar com ela. Mas como a menina falou que já tá perto de vencer, eu vou ter que fazer tudo.
Do you remember when this house was here for the propane tanks? How long ago was that?
Okay, so the permit is almost expired.
I'm sorry?
The permit that he pulled, I think he's trying to pull a permit, and the permit is almost
I think it was the
expired. Does he
contract.
have to pull another permit?
On
But it's the
this,
same
no.
house.
No?
No, I don't know.
Yeah.
For wetlands, no, this is not,
Hmm?
this is not expired, and, let's
I think he
see.
has to give us a 65-day extension.
Does he need to give us an extension? All right, so you can give us an extension. All you gotta say on his behalf is, I give the Wetlands Commission a 65-day extension. If you say that, we're good.
Mas será que você com 65 dias eu consigo fazer o...
And we're gonna do even one better, because we're gonna write it down, you're gonna let him know what I'm gonna write, and then he's gonna sign it, and we're gonna be good,
Okay.
okay?
Perfect.
So, 2/9/26, I
Peraí, ela vai falar.
authorize a 65-day extension for this application. So I'm writing this right on this. Okay, so you had extended it to February 9th, I see. Okay, so we're going to update this. So that's what I wrote. I authorize a 65-day extension. Let's see, that would be until, well, let's just leave it at that. I don't want.
I'm like, we
I
don't
don't-
have to
I don't
go
wanna
crazy
get the
with that.
dates wrong. All right, so I authorize a 65-day extension. Let him know that. You're the property owner. Just ask him to sign right there, okay?
So now, I got another question for
Yep.
you. For this little foundation.
That's gonna be all right.
It's gonna be all right?
Yeah.
He can proceed with that?
No, because it's a part of the application. The application's not approved,
Okay.
Okay.
So for
Yet.
this to be approved,
You got them on one application,
mhm,
so
Two
they'll
separate.
all get approved at the same time,
okay.
okay?
Unless you wanna remove the shed from that application.
Unless you want to remove the shed from this application, which is a very interesting idea.
Mhm.
And then
you
fill out
can
new
get a
app.
soil
And then-
scientist and buy
Then
more
get,
time.
yeah, then get your soil scientist out, and give yourself a little bit more time. Now, I don't know what, is this a zoning violation?
I don't think it's in violation, I don't think they have been served an official violation.
Okay. Well, we haven't served you a wetlands violation either, but we're gonna
we're
consider
watching
that.
you.
But we're gonna watch that, okay?
Okay.
We would rather not give you a wetlands violation. We would rather not. So we're gonna stay on this,
Okay.
or should we?
I think the easy, my personal belief would be to take the porch out,
Yeah,
go take
Well,
that
take the
one.
shed out.
take the shed out.
I'm sorry, yes, correct, thank you. So you can proceed with the porch application because it's been received for so long, and if that's not a concern for the commission. And then that way I can put the address under my enforcement report.
Okay,
And.
I like this.
And then do a new
And
application.
then
I like this.
when you come in with the shed, once you finally get your
Okay.
out,
If
and
you-
I will also make sure, zoning is aware of where I stand with it,
Okay,
If he wants, I mean,
if he wants.
if you wanna do that.
the front,
You definitely.
the front porch has been
That's easy.
dug out since last summer, right?
Right.
Does you live there? So,
Yeah, that's not gonna be a problem. So, what do you think about our,
I think it's a
combined
good
idea?
idea, and just remove the shed from the application and
Yep.
just, proceed with just
Okay.
the porch.
all right, so, let's do that. Let's, so I'm gonna take this application, I'm gonna cross some things out.
Mhm.
I'm gonna have you initial it, you show them where to initial. I'm gonna make this 0 because there's no wetlands impact
Okay.
on that. And then I think, since it's old business, we can approve that tonight. So we're gonna do that, and then you're gonna start to see this on our enforcement agenda, okay? Because you're not out of the woods. You've got a shed in wetlands, and that's a problem. Okay? All right, so let's cross this out.
And cross out the 65-day extension.
Cross out the 65-day extension, yep. So this is 0. Okay, so we removed the shed. 2/9/26. Okay, so let's have him just drop your initials, or drop your initials right in there. Some, like right in there, that'd be good. All right, now let's go to this map that we have. And we're going to cross this out. There is no shed. And we're going to cross it out like that. Like that. That sounds good, right? Shed removed. So we're gonna get your initials one more time right there.
Eu faço outra aplicação só da cheia, né?
Exato.
É só iniciar, é só agora,
The other thing you could do, the third option, is to get rid of the shed. That's the other thing you can do. So you got a couple options. You can look to see if there's another spot on the property there where it's not in wetlands. You can have a wetland soil scientist out. That probably will not happen until April or May. You know, very likely. By the time I would encourage you to call the guy now, get a
That's the other
contract
side
with
of
him,
it.
but he can't do anything till it melts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but
It's like a
I'm just gonna
river.
get a contract
And the
with
third
him.
thing you can do is you can get rid of the shed. You've got 3 options. To get rid of the shed, okay? Sell it, whatever.
Sort of scientists get a little busy in the spring.
Yeah,
Desistir da cheia, você não quer. Eu vou dar seguimento.
He doesn't wanna give up on the shed, so.
I'm just giving you, those are your 3 options.
Yeah, okay, so we're gonna hire that guy,
Yep,
okay?
Huh?
And we can either, sign a contract with them. and then
And
see,
it's-
so
I know, we don't need to
you-
see the contract.
you don't
The way
see-
the process works, you make a contract with him,
Mhm.
he comes out, he digs the holes, he writes a report, he will take this map,
Mhm.
and he will, you're gonna ask him as a part of your contract to, on that map, draw where he finds wetland soils.
Okay.
And he knows how to do that, and they will actually show, or she, sorry, he or she, they will actually draw a line to say wetlands is here, wetlands is here, wetlands is there.
Okay.
And then that's on the map, and then that will tell you if you've got room to put that shed in a non-wetlands soil.
Sounds good.
Okay, because I'm gonna ask my commissioners, that's what we want. That's what's gonna satisfy us,
Yes.
right? So the shed's gonna move one way or another, either on someplace else or
Or
onto
non-shed.
non-wetland soils, okay?
Got it.
I'm sorry, again, I take no pleasure in this, 'cause I know you got money into it, so, but I got a job to do,
All right.
okay?
Thank you so much.
All right, we're not done yet, because we're going to approve this application for the,
That'll be great.
okay?
That way you can see.
Yep, all
With the
right. so
front
what-
porch.
What's that?
I was just saying with the front porch.
Yeah, for the front porch. This is, shed was removed
Application.
by applicant in the meeting.
Removed
All right.
from the application?
Yeah, I did, we scratched it out and I had him initial it.
What did you just write? Shed was removed?
Yeah, on the application
maybe.
extension.
Right,
I had
the
him-
shed was removed from the application,
Because we had him-
not to imply that it was removed from the property.
Right. Shed was removed by the applicant in the meeting, removed from application.
Yes.
Okay. All right, I'll make a motion then to approve the application W-25-68,
Yes.
69 Wiskaneer Road for the completion of the construction of the front steps only, making note that the shed was removed by the applicant during the meeting from the application with all the usual stipulations.
Second.
Bob seconds, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, any opposed? Motion carries unanimous. All right, so you're good with the steps?
Thank you.
You're gonna go on the enforcement list? s- When you get this under try and get this under contract.
Okay.
Today's February, try and get this under contract by the end of March,
Okay.
okay?
I'll
And
get
let
on
us,
this right away.
and let us know, okay? Let us know that you got a contract, and then give us a date, just to, their estimated date.
Sounds good.
Okay, so send us an email by the end of March,
Okay.
over there. Send the land use office an email by the end of March, that you got a contract with the guy, or you're gonna or you've made some other changes, right?
Okay.
You've either you found another place for the shed, or you went with option 3,
All right.
all right?
Great.
Okay?
Thank you.
All right, guys. All right. Thanks for folding that. All right, take care.
Have a good
I
night.
did a great folding job, too.
I
Just
saw
want you to know
that.
that.
Yeah, I saw
I
that.
worked very hard folding that.
Okey dokey. 60 Arrowhead Road. All right, finally.
Yes.
Name and address over to Elizabeth, please.
Absolutely. For the record, Tammy Zinnick of Permit Me Please, representing the client at 60 Arrow.
Have the spelling for the last name.
Z like zebra,
Yeah.
I-N-I-C-K.
Ooh.
Before I present my big board, these are copies of my, for you to see.
Thank you.
Did you need copies of the maps, go with your minutes, just to see what I'm gonna do? Sure.
If you have extra.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Bring 7 and you don't have enough.
All right, let's hang,
Thank you.
all right, let's, as we always do, let's take a look at this application. This is the new one, right?
Yes.
This is your, isn't this your new format? Is this your new format?
Yes.
It's fantastic, isn't it?
Look at this.
You see the address right there at the top?
First one.
All right, I'm going, I'm looking, I'm going, wait a minute, I'm going, I gotta go to the first page here. Okay, so you got 0.44 acres, total wetlands on the property is 0, because I assume this is
It's
Little
within
Winona?
200 feet of the lake.
Arrowhead? Arrowhead, oh, that's Candlewood.
Yeah.
Sorry. Impacted wetland area is 0, my favorite number. Total linear watercourse impacted is 0, so you're only here because you are within upland review area for the lake. All right, so, we have a couple of maps here. Let me see, you got this, let me,
Just that.
okay, I wanna take a look at what we have here. Do we have that? Is this in here? Is this?
Yes.
This looks a little different.
The bottom.
Okay, hang on. The paperwork, Cheryl, I gotta know what's in here first, okay? What is, this is
Those
something.
are my next questions.
This,
Yes,
last revision, 1/6/2006?
yes, and it should be revision 2, R2.
R2, okay, you can have this, cause I got this,
Okay.
okay? Keep that for your client. Okay, so what are we doing here?
What was your name again?
Tammy Zinnick, permit me, please.
Okay, so, where the 440 line is here, okay?
Yes.
So what's going on here?
Okay, so he's going to demolish the existing house and the garage.
Okay,
And then build a new footprint of a house.
all right,
Where these will represent silt fence, this represents new septic, and the blue outline is of course of the new footprint of the house.
so where are the roof drains going? Here, is this a roof drain here off this deck? You know what, it can be, I know it's upside down, but why don't we just, this is the roof drain here?
Should be there.
And this is going to some catch basin?
You know, the engineer is gonna show up at your second meeting answering these questions, so I don't really wanna say yes or no, but it looks like yes.
And it looks like that's riprap? Because here, let me try and help you. I said from our standpoint, we're not so worried about the footprint of the building. We're not so worried about, well, not much at all, frankly. We're not so worried about the setbacks. We believe the septics are, they're gonna be designed correctly. What we care about is close to the lake. This is specific to your application, is the silt fence. Where's the silt fence and where the roof?
Orange is the silt fence.
Yeah, and are these sized correctly so that we don't have erosion?
You're talking about when you say this.
Where the roof drains are coming off the house, that's what that kinda looks like. I don't know for sure, because it just talks like it's going into a catch basin. It's kinda coming off the wood deck, so that's sort of odd, but maybe I'm not.
I'm dealing with a client who lives in Long Island.
Okay.
With his, let's call it designer, architect
Okay.
in Long Island.
All right,
And those were questions that were not answered. I apologize. I can get answered with
that I think is good. Other than that, this is from our standpoint. I'll just speak for myself, I'll let the guys speak for themselves, but this is pretty straightforward. It's on the lake. You gotta deal with first light below the 440. We're mostly just worried about, I said, whatever you're doing, do you have the appropriate soil and erosion and sedimentation controls? And where are, because now you're channeling water
yes.
from
think
the
I-
roof or
I got it.
wherever else into something. And so we're gonna wanna, where that water's being channeled, and is there the potential for any erosion and taking soil down into the lake? And that's pretty much all we care about, okay?
Okay.
So if you can have that,
Change soil into lake. What was the second thing you just said about
well, with
the-
soil and erosion, you got two
Yeah.
silt fences here. where are the roof drains going? And then are they, if they're daylighting, how are they being daylighted, and do we know that they're being, that this 2x2 catch basin is on this plan is sized correctly?
Okay, like I said, the engineer will be at the second meeting to answer
You
these
can just
questions.
write an email or something like that. If he's here, that's great. But, you know, you just, somebody put an email, say, oh,
Okay.
I said, because it does, I don't see other,
There's-
I don't see other, you know, eavesdrop leader drainage. And I think they have to do that now. I think that's the building code. I mean, I see this, and I see that. I guess there is something else, so I just don't know what those are.
I felt.
So have him explain
from all
that
of
to you.
this, not really explanation, because
Yeah,
Ralph and I worked out, I'd be the first one to come and
Okay.
present.
yeah,
Write down any questions, and then he would answer.
Okay.
But I don't feel like I also got all the information I need
Okay.
from the Long Island side.
okay,
So that's why I went with Ralph's plan first.
alright,
That does show a lot of it.
okay.
Whose plan was it, was the other two?
Yep, that's the Long Island architect engineer.
Could you,
Which one are you on, building coverage or impervious?
well, they're just, see, can you just have them put a compass on those?
Okay.
So he's got Coltex. Yes, it looks like he's got Coltex here for, I assume, the leaders, but I don't see how anything gets in there.
Okay.
You see that? You got this, see how this is highlighted in green?
Yes.
Usually these would go right in, and then there would be an overflow. That's what that's what I normally
Okay.
see. Maybe he's got another idea, but that's what I would normally see. These leaders would go into the Coltec, and then the Coltec would have an overflow.
Mm-hmm.
But he's got the Coltec here.
And then there's no other notes probably within.
Well, I don't know, there's a lot of
All right,
notes.
thank
I
you
didn't,
so much. Well, those are the
I didn't get a chance to read them
No,
all.
those are the general, then we got the specs, but yeah,
Okay.
but I agree with you.
Yeah, so I think if we can get that, and again, if he can confirm that we're not gonna have any soil, and there's not gonna be any erosion, which again, is gonna send soil down into these nice plantings that you've got planned, you know, for under the 440, this is gonna be easy, okay? For us, anyways.
I mean, I
Okay.
was ready to cover general description, talk about building coverage, impervious surface, but that's good.
For
I made
wetlands,
a nice
for
board.
your friends and, for our
For
colleagues in
zoning.
zoning, they care very much about that.
Yes, they do. I can
They
always
do,
use them again.
and the building
Yes.
department has their set of questions that they
Yes,
want answers to.
yes.
And then the,
Yes.
yeah,
they
the
will be
sanitation, he's got a whole bunch of
recycled through
questions.
many-
So, in your case, we're pretty straightforward.
Okay.
Okay, so there's your homework.
Got all my notes.
And it's
Okay.
mostly, where's the leaders going, and how does this Coltec work? Sometimes they, you know,
Like I said, Ralph will be at the next meeting, so.
yeah, sometimes, you know, people end up doing, you've got some nice little, plantings down here. Sometimes, you know, they'll take these overflows into like little rain gardens. They'll take, you know, an opportunity to overflow
okay.
into a little rain garden.
As I walked the site, I know there was mature evergreens on one maple side, but then yes, as you walk to the lake, there is a lot of mature, there's vegetation there before you hit the beach area.
Okay.
So you wanna know soils erosion,
No, wait, it looks like you've got the silt fences in
Okay.
place, so
where
that's
the roof
good.
drains going.
Where are the roof drains
Two
going?
by
How does the
two.
Coltec work?
Yeah.
How-
2 by
how
2
are they
catch
going in there?
basin. You'd like to see a compass on the architect plans.
Yes, he said north, yeah, a north arrow at least.
And I know you're really.
I am.
Welcome.
Oh,
Thank you.
If these are gonna be in the application, could you just add little sketch to the septic?
Not as detailed as the, this one here, but,
Oh, okay.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not on here.
I think they were just made for like I
Yeah.
said, building coverage
Yeah.
and impervious coverage.
Well, all we can say to that is,
Yeah.
it's gonna be nice,
It's gonna be lovely.
right on the lake.
Yeah, it'll be lovely.
And for sale after it's done. Flip house.
Have you spoken with Fran about this particular application? Because he might require a stormwater management report regarding this, just to give you a heads up.
No, it's okay because I already had to give him one on another application.
I might require one.
Okay, well, let's put that in the notes. Stormwater,
Yeah, and that relates to the Caltech and the leaders.
so
and-
stormwater profile.
That might help answer some of the questions too with this
Okay.
one.
Yeah.
Okay.
How big's the lot?
0.44.
.44.
See, I knew
I actually remember that one.
So the road is at, what, 480? What's the road at?
Oh, it's a good slope.
484?
Yeah, it is a sloping property.
Okay, well, sort of, again, thanks for the stormwater management term. I was reaching for that someplace. You've got a little pitch on that drive. That drive goes from, what, 484 down to.
Of course, there's gonna be a new
about-
driveway, because most of that's gonna be taken up with the new footprint.
So where's the new driveway?
It's only gonna be like 15 feet long.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, you're gonna have water come down that driveway, so they're gonna have to deal with that, otherwise the water will.
actually, that's like the flattest part of the property, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah, you
Yes.
got, well, I'm saying
Yeah.
I got 484,
Little French drain in there.
there's some kind of French drain.
It's 474 at the front of the garage.
Yeah, 474, so you're dropping 10 feet. So you may wanna have, you may wanna have a little French drain in there.
French drain, okay.
Yeah, something to get, the water that's gonna come sliding down the
Yeah.
down the driveway. If you don't do anything, it'll just slop into the garage. And that's not as much fun. It's not much
I'd rather
fun.
I don't even know if I'd rather swim in a lake or swim in that, you know. I gotta do something with that lake water.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, I
Alrighty.
have my notes.
All right, well, we're gonna be here in 2 weeks if it doesn't snow. Yeah, all right, I'll make a motion to continue 60 Arrowhead
Thank you
Road
for
to
your
our next,
time.
yep, take care. Make a motion to continue 60 Arrowhead Road to our next regularly scheduled meeting.
Second.
Tom seconds, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Guess what? 277 Wisconsin. Again, name and address over to Elizabeth, please.
Lauren McMahon, L-E-U-R-E-N. McMahon is M-C-M-A-H-O-N. And then 1 North Broadway.
This looks like the mill.
It's the crossing over the Still River over near the Brookfield Crossing.
Great.
Thank you. And we need to make a correction to the agenda. I did catch this.
Okay. Well, that's kind of
Is
thick.
this,
This is not a septic extension, this is a sewer extension. This is why I didn't realize what.
Did I miss? I said septic extension.
That's because that's what's written, I'm sorry, but I'm
Oh.
looking at this is not a septic extension.
Okay. All right, well, let's take a look at this application.
sewer?
Oh, this is WPCA.
Yes, that's why I was confused
Ah.
when I didn't recognize you on the application, or I'm sorry, earlier.
Brookfield Market Sewer Main Extension. All right, so we got the Still River here. So let's, do we have an application? Yes. All right, so all we're doing is crossing the Still River, right? And what is this, disturbed upland review area? I assume that's digging into the property. So disturbed wetland area is not applicable, it's 0, right?
These are going above it.
Yes, we're
Okay,
not
s-
disturbing any well.
Okay, so we're gonna just update this application. I know you were gonna show us the, yeah, okay, so we're, a couple of things. Disturbed wetland area is 0. You're not, are you doing anything to disturb the Still River besides going over it?
Yeah, no, we're going 23 feet above it, fixing
Okay.
a dual force main to the side of the road.
Okay. All right,
You're
so
gonna
we're
put a pipe right here where the black line is?
Correct. It'll be 2 pipes.
2 pipes.
All right.
it's a dual redundancy because it's a
Okay. I need you to update this application. I just wrote 0, not NA, not applicable. It's always applicable. Just drop your initials in the document, please.
Let's take a look at this.
All right, now, I have all of this. So I'm looking for the map that you want us to approve that describes this. And this looks like a couple of copies of it.
yeah, these are the same.
Yeah, okay, well, I got them, so. Oh, my goodness.
Good.
Okay, utility plan, work plan, bridge crossing details. I'm trying to figure out.
The two utility plans, this plan and the next
Yeah.
one, that really encompasses all of the work.
Utility plan, this one?
1 of 2 and 2 of 2.
1 of 2 and 2 of 2. That's 2 of 2, where's 1 of 2?
Yeah, so 1 of 2, so with this, 2 of 2 is this back area.
Okay, here's Wisconsin Road, coming around the corner. Where's this?
So that's east. Yes.
Yeah, so I can, if this is helpful.
Well, it is and it is. I mean, I think all of us know the property. I'm just trying to
figure out
get
where the
myself
line-
oriented on this map.
Yeah.
I mean, I see Wisconsin Road coming down. Where's Pocono Road?
Pocono.
Further up.
Further up, right?
It's outside the map
Further
area.
up. So,
Southeast.
where's the Still River on this map?
So it's running through here.
Okay, that's the map I wanna see. We have the Still River on one of these maps.
It is on this part of the bridge.
Where?
Go that way,
So
dude.
this would be the extents,
Ah, okay. All right, so here's the bridge, here's the Still River. The building is,
so the craft center's right here.
and this is to the market, right? This is to the market? Or where is this extension going?
Looks like it's going to multiple buildings there.
So
It's,
if you start on the other side, on the east side, where is the line currently
So-
that's being extended?
so 9 of these properties have mixed between residential or commercial, they're on septic, which have been identified as the.
Oh.
Right, big problem.
As the sanitarian, as
Yep.
either failing, contributing to contamination of the Still River. So this project's been in play for almost 7 years now.
Right.
To hook up these properties onto the, public sewer.
Which runs where?
Which connects here, and goes to Brookfield WPCA pump stations, ultimately pumps to Danbury.
Okay, so it connects in the middle of the intersection.
Yeah, so it
Okay.
connects on Wisconsin Road and Federal Road, so the biggest issue with getting these properties hooked up is crossing the Still River. So we had originally, proposed a trench in the roadbed, which because this project has been going on so long, that was originally what went out to bid. However, when we went to pull a road opening permit and, get things finalized with, CTDOT, they said no way, they wouldn't let us do it. We had to do a redesign. The only option we had was to hook the force mains up to the south side of the bridge.
Is that a typical way to
Yeah,
get
it's-
sewer pipes across
Yeah,
a waterway?
if it's designed correctly, and there's no other way over, we can definitely do it. So we have 2 force mains, so if one of them needs repairs, we shut it down and hook to the other one. They have heat trace, insulation to protect from cold weather.
Very interesting.
Yeah, and the work would all be done from the bridge side.
So nothing's been done at all for any of these red lines? So the red lines are the individual properties that are gonna be hooked up to this line
Correct.
eventually, hopefully?
Correct, and so this is a series of 5 pump stations, and gravity and forcing, which we could go over in more detail, but, this is one of the,
That's okay. Oh. If you need to take it, feel free.
So, sorry, so since all of these properties are so close to the river, why is this one location, the bridge crossing, the only one that's before wetlands?
This is the
Well, it's the
entire
whole
project.
Oh, it's the entire
The
one?
entire project, we need to put an address on it.
Okay.
correct, and most of the project is in paved area, either a roadway, driveway, a developed lot, so.
Railroad tracks.
And then Brookfield WPCA staff, they're inspecting the project, so they're on site, most of the time. TD and Sons is the contractor, they're a local contractor, they've done work in Brookfield before, so they know the deal with installing steel fence.
All right, I am still looking for a map that shows the Still River and because once you get across the river, you're gonna be trenching, right, to get to these properties, to get them hooked up? You're gonna be trenching to,
Yeah, so we're trenching in the roadway, on either side.
okay. So that's the map I'm looking for, and I see a lot of stuff, but I see this one, this is the only one that I found, the Wiskaneer Bridge work plan, that's got the river on it. The rest of them don't have the river marked. I know where the river's there, but the river's not marked. Like this one, the river's not,
Road.
yeah, where's the river?
It goes right here.
I know, but you see how it's not on the map?
Yeah, it's not delineated.
It's not on the map. I mean, this utility plan looks like the one that shows the most, shows where you're I'm trying to get to a map that shows the river and shows where you're trenching. And I'm not finding that map. Maybe your guy could add the river to this utility plan. Or,
It's here.
I know
This
it's,
line and this line. Like those are the edges of the river.
that's about where it is, but you see how it's not defined?
Marked, yeah,
So I don't know for sure.
right.
And like an approximate definition of the looking for the riverbed to be.
I just need just the lines of the river, the edges of the water course. I don't need to know
You want it in
the
blue?
riverbed or the elevations of it, but
You want it in blue?
as long as it's,
There's a lot of stuff here.
there's a lot of stuff here.
So if, I mean, if this was just a blue,
Blue, or even a little note that said, this little dot, a legend.
Correct, if we put the Still River from this plan onto this plan, that would be helpful.
Well, that's why, could be, but I'm looking for the map that shows, again, from our standpoint, we need a map that shows the Still River is here, beautiful thing, because then we care about the trenching and the digging you're going to be doing.
all right.
All of a sudden, it's 200 feet, right? 200 feet? Within 200 feet, where those trenches are.
Right.
That's what I need.
Yeah,
And I see you've got a lot of detailed plans, because you have a lot of people to talk to. One of them is me, or us, and we need one plan,
Yeah.
and maybe it's just adding a layer? Because where's the one that shows the trenching?
this has the trenching on it as well, so everything that's down.
Okay, so add that to the legend. So this FM stuff,
Yep.
add this to the legend someplace on, maybe we do, maybe it's the Wiskaneer Bridge Work Plan,
Yep.
right? Maybe we do, add a legend,
Okay.
for the proposed trenching. Because you've got the Still River. Where's it? You got the Still River on this one, and you're saying this FM is the trenching?
Yes,
So there's no trenching, there's trenching over here too?
yes.
Okay, so add this to the legend, and, and you got a construction sequence that says
Correct, so I came
how
up
all
with
this
a,
trenching is being done?
Yep, we
that
submitted
on-
a pretty detailed
where is that?
construction sequence.
Where is that, on this
In this packet.
It's a separate sheet, I believe.
separate sheet? Okay, let's,
Yeah, it's a
You want
two-page
to find it?
letter in this packet.
so I did see a letter.
And I can even, explain the construction sequence.
I need it written down. I'm sure your explanation is wonderful. I don't mean to cut you off, but we need it written down. And you've got a soil scientist, we've got, Cynthia's, is this Cynthia?
Yes.
I didn't get a chance to read this. So do you have a copy of hers?
Yes.
Now she's got some suggestions here. She got silt fences to be installed in construction. Is that on this map, silt fences?
That's on the erosion and
All right, let's take a look at that. She goes, she's recommending silt socks be installed under the silt fences. Are those defined? So where's the? Erosion sedimentation control plan. So is this the one that's got the silt fences and the silt socks in it? Where? Silt fence. I don't see the silt socks defined. I see silt fences, I don't see silt. In her letter, she talks about silt socks be installed inside the silt fences.
So we don't necessarily think it's required, but.
Oh, she does, and so we probably would go with that. She's the Connecticut licensed wetland soil scientist. She's the one that's got the expertise and the license. Okay? So let's take a look at everything that's in her letter. We can do that tonight, or you guys can do it separately. And let's,
Definitely, yeah, there's some suggestions that we definitely wanna offer up a.
okay. I'm sorry?
Yeah, there's some suggestions that we would definitely wanna offer up an alternative.
Okay. You can call her too, by the way. You can call her, and if you've got some suggestions and alternatives, you can call her. I think Laura might wanna be in the middle of this, although they paid for this, right, on their own?
They did.
So she doesn't have to be involved. But I think if you've asked, she's got the background, let me try and say it this way, she's got the background to help you ensure this asset is protected. She's got the credentials here. So I would encourage you, because we get a lot out of this, to either accept everything that she is recommending or get back with her and say, how about this? Okay? And have her say, oh, that's a better idea than I had, okay?
And a follow-up letter, kind of.
Awesome. That would be all, emails or whatever, that we could put, so because that's one of the things we're gonna go through here is, what is the Connecticut soil scientist telling us is the right way to protect this asset during construction and whatever else. I assume it's mostly during construction, because once it gets done, it's done. And then we need, as I said, a map, as much as you can put on one, whether it's, maybe it's this one, because you've got the beginnings of the river here. I see one line, I don't know where the river, I don't know if these little dots are the river?
Yeah, that's the property line in the middle of the river on the other
Okay,
side.
well then, again, pick one of these maps, whether it's this one or the one we were looking at before. Make sure the river is highlighted, let's see where these excavations are, and let's be sure we've got the soil and erosion, sedimentation, and then we're gonna wanna make sure, I said, your machine operators get a little
Yeah, lesson.
Oh, yeah, here's what you gotta do and here's what you don't do. And then she goes, her main area of concern is where the sewer pipe is to emerge from under the bridge over the Still River. From there, it will be cut into the river bank.
Yeah, so that's the picture.
Where's that on this map? Where's this cut?
Right.
I want you, this has gotta be documented, all right? If you're gonna cut in here, I want a little call out that talks about this cut.
And that should be on the enlargement for that, bridge crossing.
Well, it should be, so we're gonna go through that, right? If it's on a map someplace, when we go through this letter 2 weeks from now, we're gonna want a little check mark on each and every item that Cynthia is suggesting, okay? Again, that's the way we can be sure this river gets protected.
So on either side of those bridge lines,
Uh-huh.
there are these cleanouts,
Yeah,
right? So those should probably be included in there, what you're looking for, right? So after you cut into the riverbank, there's gonna be some sort of cleanout. I don't know if that's underground.
I don't know, she just says from there it will be cut into the riverbank on the west side of the river and buried under an existing stone driveway adjacent to the craft center.
Correct, and I explained that in a little bit more detail in the construction sequence.
Okay, and then she goes, the implementation in this area where accidental discharges? Accidental discharges of sewer?
I think she's saying accidental, debris falling, and maybe it would be good to have Cynthia here at
That
some
would be
point,
awesome.
yeah. Because, so this will be limited to, roughly a day's time frame, so there'll be in and out in a day, just to get that piece of pipe, through that area.
Okay, so she goes on to say, in her professional opinion, silt fences at the bottom of the parent, almost vertical riverbank are inadequate to capture the debris which will be created as the excavation into the riverbank is undertaken. Yeah, I assume you're talking about some kind of excavator over here and digging into it?
Correct. So in the construction sequence, what we had suggested is putting some silt fence in at the guide rail location and then having the trench work be on the upstream side of that. So all of this work can be done with silt fence properly in place, with silt socks if needed. And then once that's done, to make that connection, whether it's 2-3 feet, they would replace that silt fence immediately adjacent to the area, tight up close to where that needs to go, and they can either open the trench and install it, or maybe on the bridge side of the trench push it through, without having to physically excavate that side.
Okay, so you're here representing Langen, right?
And,
right?
yeah, and I am the engineering consultant for the WPCA.
Oh, okay. So you're representing WPCA, not Langen.
And Langen.
And both? How can you do both?
Langen was contracted by WPCA.
But you work for Langen, or you work for Langen?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So I want to, first off, I want to commend you and Langen, whoever had the forethought to contact Cynthia, because that is a really good thing. If you hadn't done that, we would have done that as a part of our work. As you know, in Connecticut, from a wetlands standpoint, we have the ability to contract for some technical opinions. So I want to commend Langen and wherever, and yourself, because you're here, for doing that, because this is very helpful.
Credit
Okay?
to working with Allison as well.
Fair enough, fair enough. Like I said, if you hadn't done it, we would have found someone and you guys would have paid. So you paid already. And you picked someone that we have a lot of experience with. So I'd really encourage you, feel free to bring her here. But like I said, she's got a lot of really good ideas. She does have some concerns, that may or may not be addressed in this. So let's have you regroup a little bit. Let's talk about updating these maps, or one of these. One map that shows at a minimum where the river is, where your trenching is, and where your sedimentation is, with a legend with a legend, okay? Because this one doesn't show the trenching.
So these are the trench lines here.
Okay, so that needs to be added to the legend. This is what I'm looking for, is
Yeah.
one kind of map from a.
With everything
with-
on, yeah.
With what we care about, and maybe
Yeah.
it's just adding a couple layers to this one. Maybe this is the best one. So maybe just add the legend that shows where the trenching is. We can go and look at this construction sequence again for this, and put a little call out here that says see the construction sequence, or wherever that is, right, for the details on how this is to be done.
Okay. And
About how long is this gonna take, do you think? From day one till day done?
less than a year.
That's a year, wow, that's a big project. Wow, that's a big project. It is a big project, but that's a big project. A year, wow.
Yeah, definitely less than a year. They'll be wrapped up by,
What's gonna take the longest?
probably the municipal pump stations. So there's 2 municipal pump stations, here and here, and then there's 3 privately owned pump stations for the lot.
So they're new, the pump stations are new?
Yes.
On this map, approximately where are they?
So there's one here,
Okay, so I'll call out,
there's one here.
can you get, again, let's,
Yeah.
this may be, can you, out, it said this is the pump station.
Correct. I think the confusion is, a lot of our, we have them broken down where the utility
Yeah.
plans show the details on the utilities.
Yep, you have to cater to a lot of needs.
Pump
Correct.
station.
We're one of them.
Correct. Correct. I need to show the utility plan and erosion plan. too.
Right, and maybe you create another sheet that
And
says,
call it-
for the benefit of the Wetlands Commission, right, we're showing all the things that they care about. Maybe just grab a couple of layers and drop them on a sheet there, okay?
Are there pipes running across the bridge now, the water pipes?
No, I don't believe so. Yeah, they wouldn't be, they.
Electric?
There's electric conduits on
Under the sidewalk?
the top.
Oh. There's manhole covers there, right by the bridge, on the
That's what
sidewalk.
Drainage manholes.
So what kind of timeline are you under? You obviously
what I'm
can't
saying?
start construction of this until, what's the general plan for starting construction on this, in the summer?
So, we would have wanted to start construction a few years ago.
Okay, fair enough.
Just keep hitting.
And all
So,
three buildings.
so we have a contractor on board, he couldn't start until.
There's the bridge.
winter time, then he said
There's a
winter
manhole
time,
cover.
We're not gonna get anything done with
There's
the
another
snow,
one
so
right there by the,
March of
by that
this
drain.
March
Okay.
2026. So ideally, he would start March of 2026, but we still need to order some of the pump stations, so depending on that lead time,
Yeah.
it might be April.
Okay, all right, well,
Yeah, there's
again,
one right in
we've
front of
given
the
you a lot
market,
of little
or the,
homework
craft
items
center.
here. I said mostly, again, we're one of your constituencies, so again, maybe you just create a little plan for us, right? That shows where the Still River is, where your excavations are, where the soil and erosion and sedimentation is. Try and pick up everything that's on Cynthia's letter. I've read it. It does look like a very thorough report and reasoned and thoughtful, which she always does. If you want to pay to bring her here, that's fine. I don't think you have to. We can just deal with, we can deal with letters and emails. You don't think you have to pay her to come.
Okay.
Okay.
And are you looking for, like, this type of just here, or, I guess the full project, correct?
Well, again, we're one of your constituencies. We're just like the power company. We're just like everybody else, right? We all have our little things. We care about anything that happens 200 feet either side of the Still River. 200 feet. Anything that is happening within 200 feet of the east and west side of that river.
Which,
And then wetlands too. that are
I don't know if there's,
which covers a good portion of that map.
which covers a good portion of
Yeah.
that map, right. But, again, I think, I mean, most of your activities look like this. So, yes, so that's what we care about. That's what the state law in Connecticut has us care about.
Can I put together some plans and maybe submit them for an okay preliminary?
If you wanna, for just a look over to see if it's in the direction of what she's looking for, gotcha.
You mean the small one, you mean?
Yeah, throw something together where I'm kind of combining some of the information and the Still River lines,
Yeah, you can do that, or again, or you can add to the soil and erosion sedimentation layer. It's up to you which is ever easiest for you, considering, again, I do appreciate you have many constituencies.
Depending how they layer it, it could be easy.
Depending
could
how
be a
they
pain.
layer, right, depending how they layer. Okay, so your choice, whatever easiest for you, okay? Pick up everything in Cynthia's letter, get us a map, soil erosion, what's going on, everything, and the legends are correct, and if you've got a construction sequence, we'll go take a look at that, or point to that and a call out, see this construction sequence, page whatever, for how that,
do we wanna look at that tonight, or?
it's late, okay, like I said, we got most of this, Friday-ish. I will tell you, I didn't get a chance to look at it over the weekend, so, why don't you give us a chance to read all this stuff, and we'll be here in 2 weeks, okay?
All right.
And again, I think, really, I think if you look at our, at our history, we don't hold things just because we hold them. We like to get them off our plate, so, if you got a March or an April start date, we're not gonna be your holdup, depending on satisfactory conclusion to all of our requests, all right?
Okay. All right. So I think I'm good to go.
I think you are. I think, like I said, I mean, this is a big project. It's just important, it's important for all of your constituencies that there is a map, like I said, because when it's done, Laura's gonna go out and take a look at this, right? Or she's gonna get calls from people saying, hey, what's going on around the Still River? And if she's got one map, one sheet that she can point to,
Give me an easy site plan.
then it makes it easy for her, which will make it easy for you.
Okay.
Okay?
So almost something like this, I don't know, we'll talk.
No, I think it'll be, no, not that. It'll be on this.
Right. I just mean like, one page.
Yes.
One page
But with the whole project.
with, and again, you're very close. You're really close on this erosion and sedimentation plan. So let me just leave you with this. Just update this. Put a legend that shows where the excavation is. Define where the Still River is. Call out what these little things are in some form or fashion. Just add it to this. Because the only one that's really going to care about the erosion sedimentation control plan is your contractor, and he's not going to mind a couple extra call-outs, but it'll be very helpful for us. So let's just, don't make a new one, just update this one. Make sure the legend identifies every little type of line that's on here. And then in 2 weeks, we'll go through Cynthia's letter, and if we can find everything that's in Cynthia's letter on this sheet, you should be good.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
You feel better about it?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Understood. We can get it.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate everyone's time.
We'll be on old business next week, so you won't have to wait around for new stuff. All right, I'll make a motion then to continue, W 26-5, 277 Wiskaneer Road to our next regularly scheduled meeting.
Second.
Tom seconds, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, we don't have any correspondence. The previous minutes from January 12th, I took a look at them. I thought they were terrific.
I don't recall seeing anything
This
irregular
is
in there.
not fitting in here very well. I may have lost a rubber band here. Anybody have any other comments on the January 12th? You're gonna abstain, I know, Liz.
Yes.
Can't make this go. All right, I'll make a motion then to approve the minutes for January 12th, 2026.
Second. Oh, I got
Okay,
it.
Rob seconds. All those in favor?
Good job, Rob.
Aye. Any
Aye.
opposed? Liz abstains.
Abstains.
Motion carries 3-0 to 1. Informal discussion.
I would just like to know what's inside this bridge, because when you look at the picture she gave us,
Okay, hang on. Informal discussion can't be about
About an
a
application.
application.
I have no informal discussion topics.
Well, just hold them for 2 weeks
Hold
from
that
now.
thought.
Yeah, yeah. Hold them for 2 weeks.
Thank goodness they don't draw plans by hand anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not fair to the applicant to have conversations about the application when they're not here. It's not fair to them. All right, that rubber band is gonna break. All
We might
right,
have a big one on the
is
card.
anything else on informal? All right, well, again, Liz, welcome.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I learned a lot tonight.
Oh, good.
I learned a lot.
Oh, good.
I have much more to learn.
All right, well, then, we're gonna give you a chance to make your first motion then.
Oh, wow.
We're gonna entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
No,
Oh.
you're gonna
You're
make the
doing the
motion. You're gonna say, I make a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Tom seconds that. All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed?